This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 22, verse 3. A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the name who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai is his son who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And salutation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai's sake. I'm Brother Samak from the GMS Miami Camp. And yes, the reason why I brought out the book of Proverbs, chapter 22, verse 3, I'm just going to show several articles that I came across today, which proves that a imminent economic crash is coming. Okay? There is going to be a crash. There's going to be, pandemonium in America, Babylon the Great. Okay? Right now, what you see in front of your screen, bankruptcies soared to a 15-year high in 2025 as companies struggle to cope with Trump's trade wars. All right, these trade wars exacerbated a lot of these corporations, including Spirit Airlines and PoseGen. Okay, and according to this article, the corporate bankruptcies soared to 15-year high in 2025. No fewer than 717 companies filed for Chapter 7 or Chapter 11 bankruptcy between January and November. Okay, so this is a red flag. All right, this is why, again, if you call yourself a prophet, if you call yourself a man of the Lord, you have to see these things and understand what time we're in. Okay, America's done. America is done. This place is cooked. There's no healing Babylon. All right? This place is finished. Okay? It's going to get a lot worse. A lot worse. All right? That's why there was such a this year they called it forever layoffs, where it was like over 1 million people were laid off in 2025. Okay? These are the warning signs. But you got a lot of our people who call themselves Israelites, they're not seeing this. They think they're going to be here another 20, 30 years. Okay? Or 1,000 years. Nasty work. That's why the Lord's going to judge you and your congregation that want to be blind. Okay? This marks a 14% increase from the same period in 2024 and the highest rate since 2010 when the country was recovering from the Great Recession. Right, so basically what they're saying here, this is similar. All right, these are the what's happening now is similar to what went down in the Great Recession. Okay, and I'm going to say this: the crash that's coming now is going to be worse than the Great Recession or the 1929 Great Depression. Okay, facts. It's going to be a lot worse. Okay, this is why you got to have your mind right. Okay, a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself. All right. Let me get that one more time, and then I'm going to get the NLT version. Proverbs chapter 22, verse 3. A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. Right, and a lot of our people are going to be punished. They're going to be, caught out there. NLT, a prudent person foresees danger and takes precautions. Right. All right, we're going to trust in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai first and foremost. Okay? That's why when the scriptures say in Isaiah chapter 33, verse 6, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. Right. Okay? Because when you come across this information, you're like, oh yeah, all right, Babylon's about to be judged. The Lord's about to bring this place down. Okay? So I need to be putting all my faith and trust, okay, and strength, okay, in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? Because stability means what? Faith, right? Let's go into that word. Stability. The Hebrew word is Amawan. This is an ah. This is a ma. This is a wa. This is a na. Okay, Amawan, right? In fact, let me bring out the Hebrew graph right here. Ooh. The Hebrew, I say graph. The word. There we go. All right, let's bear me one moment. And I still got more articles. Be patient. Okay, be patient. So this is an ah. This is, well, only the elect are going to be patient. All right, and then those that are just observers and they know that, okay, when I bring information, I bring out facts. I don't talk out of the side of my mouth. Okay, I just don't make shit up. I bring out articles, all right, which validates that the scriptures are telling the truth. Okay, and again, you have to have faith ultimately. All right, the elect are going to have faith. So this is an ah, this is a ma, right? This is a wa. See the wa? This is a na. This is a na right here. And then this is a ha. Okay? So it's pronounced amawan. Okay? Amawan. All right? And then the root word is, again, amawan. All right? This is the root word, which means faithful, truth, faith. Okay? And by having faith, you're going to be firm. Okay? You're not going to be irrational. Okay? You're going to trust in the Lord. Okay? You're going to be prudent. You're going to be firm. You're going to be steadfast. Okay? Having faith in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Okay? And when you see this, you should be looking forward to this collapse. I am. All right? I'm looking forward to this collapse. So that's one article. All right? Is there any more on it? Yeah, firms that went bust pointed to inflation. Yup, inflation, and get ready for more inflation. They keep lowering interest rates, okay? I wouldn't be surprised that they go -0, all right? And if you don't know anything about -0 interest rates, okay, what that means is, I'll give you, I pulled it up, okay? Because I asked, what happens if interest rates go below 0? If interest rates go below 0, it means you pay to save money, right? Pay to save. Instead of earning interest, you pay the bank to hold your money and save as a checking account. What do you think is going to happen if that occurs? A bank run. Okay? All right? That's why, again, it's high time to wake up out of sleep, man. That's why you got to be prudent on your watch. Now, here's another indicator, all right, that a crash is coming. This nigga, Warren Buffett, okay, well, his firm, all right, Berkshire Hathaway, they're sitting on $400 billion, okay? They're sitting on $400 billion cash. They're just sitting on it. Why are they sitting on it? Okay? This is an indicator that a crash, a collapse is coming. All right? Berkshire Hathaway has more cash than the market caps of many large, well-known companies. That should concern anybody who's in investing, anybody who's thinking about the future of America. This should concern you. Why is Warren Buffett's company, Berkshire Hathaway, sitting on $400 billion worth of cash, just piles, just waiting? What is he waiting for? A crash. You always buy when there's blood in the streets. You never chase when everything is good. You never put money when the stocks are going up. You put money when there's a freaking crash, when there's a bleed out. Okay? For example, all right, which there's nothing wrong with buying silver and gold, okay, in terms of having it in your house, all right, not on paper, all right. I want to be very direct about this, all right. If you're into buying in silver on paper, that's not a wise move, okay. If you want, you should be buying silver and gold, physical silver and gold. Now, why am I bringing this up? Last week, there was a big euphoria over silver and gold. We're talking about from Fox, CNN, what's it called? Mommy, Daddy. Oh, did you hear? Silver is so high. Everything is so high. Wow. Okay. That was an indicator that a rug pull is coming. All right. A rug pull is coming. And what happened in that Monday? Silver went from 80 something to 70. Okay. And that's what I'm talking about. All right. In terms of buying when everything is euphoric. You don't buy when everything's euphoric. You buy when there's fear and there's blood and there's uncertainty and there's chaos. That's when you buy. All right. Even the Rothschild family said that. You buy when there's blood in the streets. Okay. So back to this jabroni. Okay. Berkshire Hathaway. Okay. They're preparing for blood in the streets. All right. They're preparing because they know a crash is coming. And look, Buffett is hoarding a safe haven asset in U.S. Treasury while the rest of the investing world chases the artificial intelligence trade. Right. Now, this leads me to another article. I was very surprised that the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists, now I come to this, okay, quite frequently, just to see, what new things they bring out, because these are the doomsday clock watchers, all right? Right now, it's 89 seconds to midnight. They're saying that an AI crash is coming, okay? When it all comes crashing down, the aftermath of an AI boom, right? So they're saying Silicon Valley and its backers have placed $1 trillion bet on the idea that generative AI can transform the global economy and possibly pave the way for artificial general intelligence. Systems that can exceed human capabilities. Right. Now, let's be transparent here. There are certain companies that will survive this AI bubble pop, all right? But there's a lot of companies that won't, all right? If you look at the dot-com bubble, okay? All right, who survived the dot-com bubble? Let me show you, all right? Because AI is here to stay. That's how they're going to push the RFID chip, the mark of the beast. But what companies survived the dot-com bubble? Look how, I don't know if this AI thing is reading, the speaker on, on this computer is hearing everything, because that's crazy. It just popped up like that. But look, check this out. So Amazon, eBay, Microsoft, Intel, Cisco, Oracle, Google, PayPal, they survived. Okay? These are the ones that survived. Okay, what companies didn't survive the dot-com bubble? Okay, iconic failures like Pets.com, Boo.com, Kozo.com, eToys, okay, Compact 360 Networks, all right? All right, you never heard of these, right? Because they were wiped out. They were gone, okay? So, nothing new under the sun. So, all right, this is how you see patterns, okay? All right, this is how you see, all right, trends. Okay, like the scriptures say, nothing new under the sun. Let me get that. Okay, when King Solomon said in Ecclesiastes 1, Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 9, the thing that have been, it is that which shall be. And that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun. Right? Okay. This happens all the time. Okay. All right. Well. Look at when we knew we were Israelites. Okay. What happened in Mektesh? Okay. Mektesh was a district. Okay, in Jerusalem, and it crashed. Okay. In fact, let me get that scripture. So crashes come. Okay. All right, and then those that were prepared, all right, they capitalized on it. Zephaniah chapter 1, and I'll start 11. How ye inhabitants of Mektesh, for all the merchant people are cut down, all they that bear silver are cut off. Right? Oh, that's the spirit. Okay. Again, look what happened with silver. Okay, silver last week was at 80 something. And then look at the rug pull. They did that, and they did it beautifully. They got everybody in a euphoria. And look, now it keeps going down. They got everybody in that euphoria using the news media, okay? And then Monday, whoop, rug pull, okay? That's why you never buy when there's good news. You always buy when there's again, blood in the streets. When you see Fox and CNN and your grandma and your grandpa and your coworkers saying, "Hey man, silver is high." Like when I was at work Friday, I had a couple of coworkers that I never even heard them talk about investment. They always talk about sports, okay, and bullshit. All of a sudden they're like, "Hey," out of nowhere, "Man, silver is high. Yeah, I'm thinking about getting some." I was like, "Oh shoot, yep, there's about to be a rug pull." Monday morning, whoop, got a rug pull. Okay. Now again, there's nothing wrong with buying physical silver and holding it in your house, but when it comes to like day trading and paper contracts, all right, you get in and get out. You don't follow the euphoria. You never do that. Anyway, so just not. And I have to say this, not financial advice. Okay, NFA. I like to say that a lot. Brother Samark gave me wrong financial advice. Nope, I'm gonna say not financial advice. Okay, I'm just saying from my opinion, and when I see trends, I see patterns. Okay, and again, nothing new under the sun. What goes up must go down. What goes down must go up. All right, so let's go back to Zephaniah chapter 1, verse 11. How ye inhabitants of Miktesh, right? Let's go to Miktesh. I went into this before, but repetition is the art of remembrance. Okay, this is a ma, this is a ka, all right? This is a ta, this is a sha, so maktash, okay? And just to, again, let's bring out the Hebrew writing again. All right, repetition is the art of remembrance. This is a ma, this is a ka, okay, which is a k, a ka, maka, which is a k, right here, you see, all right. This is a tha, so makdash, this is a tha, and this is a sha, so makdash, all right. So it's not a ta, it's a thash. This is a tha, okay. So makdash, which means a mortar or deep hollow, all right, a place in Jerusalem, right? It was a district in Jerusalem, okay, and it crashed, okay, because that was judgment. And the Lord's going to do the same thing to America, because America is the modern day Miktesh. 12, and it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish the men that are settled on their leaves. Right, those that haven't been prudent, those that haven't been taking precautions. Hey, this is all spiritual. I didn't even think I was going to, go into this part right here. They that say in their heart, the Lord will not do good, neither will he do evil. Right, you got clowns saying we're going to be here another 20, 30 years or 1,000 years. Like, no, the Lord's bringing judgment now. Again, okay, all these articles are a sign of an impending collapse, a crash, and that's going to bring bad times, evil times, okay, which is going to speed up the prophecies even more. All right, because, hey, why are they going to do this? To force you to take an RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast. So let's get another article. Check this out. This came out, I came across this. So while everybody was in their holiday mirth, big banks just got a bailout, what they called a stealth bailout, okay? They're not going to tell you this on Fox and CNN or CNBC. Yet again, big banks are short off cash. Interesting, okay? Why? Why are big banks short on cash? Because nobody, the big players are waiting for a collapse coming, okay? So they're holding, people are holding, more investors are holding cash. So really that stock market is just being fueled by the Federal Reserve. That's my opinion. I can't prove it, all right? Because why are big banks short on cash? Signs of another historic bailout and recession to come. Anomalous signs that at least one of America's too big to fail banks is yet again seriously short of cash emerged this weekend in documents examined by James Henry, DC reports economics correspondent. For the past 2 months, the Federal Reserve has been silently injecting tens of billions of dollars of cash into banks. So they're low on cash. All right, there's a liquidity crisis. No one announced this. Again, look at Warren Buffett is just one of many big firms that are holding cash. They're not investing it. They're just holding it. They're waiting. They're waiting for something. Okay? All right? You're going to get the truth right here. Okay? I don't fuck around when it comes to this economy. All right? I watch shit. All right? That's why I don't trust this fucking place. I hate this place because, all right, everything is all sneaky. All right? Oh, here's another thing. Real quickly. You ever heard of the COMEX Rule 589? All right? This is why I'm a cynic with this economy. And when it comes to investing, I do not move with emotions. I keep a simple investment strategy, and it's always worked out for me. COMEX Rule 589 governs special price fluctuation limits, also known as daily price limits or dynamic price limits, for futures contracts, particularly metals and energy, designed to prevent extreme volatility by halting trading when prices move too far, too fast. Right. So, for example, if silver were to move too fast in a particular day, the COMEX Rule 589 kicks in and they halt trading. Talk about scandalous, grimy shit. That's why when the scriptures say in James chapter 5, let's get it, okay? Because this whole system is based on fraud. Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Right. 2, your riches are corrupted and your garments are moth-eaten. 3, your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days. Okay? Because the system is rigged. All right? If silver goes too high or gold goes too high and it triggers the COMEX Rule 589, stop trading. They change the rules all the time. They move the goalposts all the time. Okay? The earth is given to the hand of the wicked. Okay? Again. Okay? This is why this place is a fucking joke. And you got Jake, all right, trusting in this place. Well, that's going to be to your own confusion, all right, and to your own judgment. It's going to pierce you. You trusted in this broken reed, man. James 5:4. Behold, the hire the laborers would have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud. This is fraud, okay? If silver goes up, okay, in one day, all right, let it, so be it. Okay, that's the market. That's the free market, right? I thought we live in a free market, but we don't. This is fascism, all right? This ain't no fucking free market. This market is ran by the rich, okay, Edomites, okay? These rich piece of shit Edomites and JJs, which are Edomites. They're just come from the tribe of Amalek, which is descendant of Esau, Edom, okay? But these are the wicked, man. They change the rules. It's all fraud. It's all corrupt. And the cries of them have, so James 5:4, behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth, and the cries of them have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth. Right, meaning the Lord of the Israel, the armies of Israel. Okay, let me get that. And Sabaoth. It doesn't mean Sabbath. I don't know. I think it was someone ISUPK that said this is Sabbath. No, it's not. It's the Lord of Sabaoth, the Lord of the armies of Israel. Yup, the Lord of the armies of Israel. The Lord of the armies of Israel. As though who are under the leadership and protection of the Most High maintain his cause in war. Right, because the Lord is coming. The Yahweh is going to send his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai, to go to war against these devils, all right, who are committing fraud, all right, and doing scandalous shit like what you're seeing here, okay? Another bailout. So it says the Federal Reserve, yeah, so let's continue on. Again, they change the rules all the time. I think that's how we know this can't keep up and a collapse is coming. For the past 2 months, because why are they doing this? Because a collapse is coming. For the past 2 months, the Federal Reserve has been silently injecting tens of billions of dollars of cash into banks. No one announced this. Henry found the evidence in public records that few, if any, Wall Street journalists consult, but that we routinely review at DC report. Okay, right, because Wall Street journalists didn't report this. The Federal Reserve Bank of New York, acting like a financial Santa Claus to reckless, naughty bankers, delivered $17 billion in cash to an unknown bank or banks at 8 a.m. the morning after Christmas. Okay? That's just the latest scary development that has gone unreported until now. The sudden demand for cash to cover shortfalls began on Halloween, the day the NY Fed injected more than $50 billion into one or more unnamed banks. Since then, it has injected tens of billions into banks 14 times, delivering greenbacks galore roughly every third business day. Contrasted with the 5-year beginning in July 2020, virtually no such cash infusions were made during that time, as the graphic below from the NY Fed website. Right, this is all happening now. This didn't happen before. Okay? So, this is a major sign. Unlimited cash. All right? So, get ready for inflation and get ready for collapse. All right? These are all signs. All right? Let's get Jeremiah 46:11. Go up into Gilad and take balm, O virgin, the daughter of Egypt. In vain shalt thou use many medicines. Right, this is an example. This is all in vain because, all right, this place is going down. For thou shalt not be cured. Right, this major collapse is coming, man. Okay. Let's get another article. 2025 was a brutal year for layoffs. Even perceived winners in the AI fuel economy like Meta announced workforce reductions. Right, again, over 1 million in 2025 were laid off. They called it forever layoffs. They actually have a term called forever layoffs. Google it. Ecclesiastes chapter 12 verse 1. Remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. Right, this is why you got to seek the Lord now. Okay, make no tarrying, all right, to seek the Lord. All right, it's time to repent. Okay? Because when the shit is the fan, if you haven't been sincere in serving Yahweh B'Shem Yahshua, you're going to get caught out there. All right? And if you call yourself a man of the Lord, a Hebrew Israelite, all right, and you ain't warning your people of the evil that's coming, all right, you're going to get caught out there too. All right? Because you're a false prophet. All right? Talking about 20, 30 years we're going to be here, or 1,000 years. 2. While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. Right, this is talking about the destruction, the nuclear destruction. Because all this is leading to, the RFID chip, but ultimately, once the chip is made mandatory, that's it. The nukes are coming, all right? The nukes are coming. 3, here's the point. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, right, the economists, all right? These are economists warning, okay, of bad times, evil times. And they're trembling. And the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, right? Few jobs. Okay, the grinders represent jobs. And those that look out the windows be darkened, right? This leads me to the next article. Nearly half of Americans believe their financial security is getting worse. We here. Okay? We are here. Okay? 4, and the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and the daughters of music shall be brought low. Right, the music is trash. Okay, hip-hop music didn't even make the billboards anymore. Okay, that goes to show you how trash hip-hop and rap music has become. Okay, and all the music is trash. All they do is talk about adultery, okay, and wanting materialism. If you notice in the lyrics, it's all about, okay, adultery, and wanting materialism, okay? Wanting things, all right? I want this. I want, that. And this place is cooked, all right? So, SNAP benefits cuts will leave millions of Americans overworked and underfed. Yep. SNAP benefits are being cut in 2026. especially those that have lost the exemptions when it comes to SNAP work requirements. All right, because before December 1st, SNAP work requirements include exemptions for non-disabled adults above 54, veterans, people experiencing houselessness, and young aging out of foster care. Right, so now that's gone. Okay, now it increased to 64. So if you're under 64, okay, you have to work in order to receive SNAP. Okay, veterans no longer get SNAP anymore. Okay, and that goes to show you how grimy this country treats their veterans. All right, and that's how I see between veterans and several military personnel in these units, they just break off and they go against the government. I see a civil war. When you see the military fracture, okay, it's game time. All right, and this Muppet ain't gonna be able to stop it. Okay. Proverbs 10 and 15, the rich man's wealth is his strong city. The destruction of poor is their poverty. You see that? Okay. It's facts. Jeremiah 51 and 7. I'll start at, 7. Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hands that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore the nations are mad. Right. The nations drunk off America's philosophy. All right. And they're now waking up to this. They're like, holy shoot. All right. And that's why you got a lot of these countries, all right, creating their own financial, institutions like BRICS. Okay. And they're trying to, and they're circumventing the dollar. Yeah. Okay. Because they're realizing that America isn't benefiting them anymore. Okay. 8. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for? Take balm for her pain. If so be, she may be healed. Right. Clearly, at what I just showed, she can't be healed. So, and the Lord's being facetious. All right. Okay. Because there's no healing in this place. This is the judgment from the Lord. Okay. 9. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go every one into his own country, for her judgment reaches unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. Right. And this is a good confirmation that the Lord's judging this place. All right. So get ready for civil unrest, military troops walking your streets. Get ready for to lose everything. Okay. Get ready to see lack of bread, famine. Okay, and that's why you're going to have to trust in the Lord. Okay, you're going to have to put your full faith and confidence in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And a lot of these pseudo-Hebrew Israelites, okay, you're going to see them be revealed as being nothing but in the spirit of apostasy, agents, and sellouts. All right, because they're going to be shaken and they're going, okay, to denounce the Lord. Okay, and you're going to see it. So, shoot. Okay, you could clearly see the spirits on them. They're into podcasting. Okay, so they're getting ready. They're saying heathens can make it. So yeah. So all it takes is a major shake, and you're going to see them. Denounce the Lord. Okay. Put the Lord to an open shame. All right. Go back to their vomit. Yeah. There's going to be a lot of fallouts too. Go back and, because again, they didn't take this truth seriously. So with that, I want to give all praise and all glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Ruchah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And salutation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai's sake. Love you, brothers. Keep it door, keep the faith, keep pushing, keep fighting, keep studying. Pray without ceasing. Pray for each other. Pray for the apostle elders. We're almost out of here. All right, as they get up in age, pray for their health and longevity. For the few who are watching, keep studying. When you pray, check, cover, shalom.